You're not just worried about the trip. You're worried about the worry. And then you're worried about the fact you're worried about the worry. And somewhere between the departure gate and the boarding call, you've already missed the whole thing. Here's what no one tells you about anxiety spirals. They don't just steal your peace in the moment. They steal the memory. My wife and I traveled everywhere: Europe, Asia, Africa. And I was there for almost none of it. Not because I wasn't standing in those places. Because my mind was 3 hours ahead, running worst-case simulations while something beautiful was right in front of me. That's the real cost. Not the panic at the gate. Not the tight stomach in the security line. The cost is what you don't see, don't feel, don't remember, because your brain was too busy living in a future that never came. I'm an analytical CPA. I'm not a woo-woo type. I need things to make sense before I trust them. And for years, I've lived inside this exact spiral, the what-if stack, the stomach tightening, the worry about the worry, and I kept thinking I could think my way out of it. But I couldn't. What I eventually found wasn't a therapy technique or a mindset hack. It was something much older and simpler, and it worked precisely because it didn't ask my mind to do anything. It asked my body to do something instead. Here's the thing I had to learn the hard way. Anxiety is future talk. Let's say that again. Anxiety is future talk. Every spiral I ever had, including the airport ones, was my mind running ahead of the present moment, building a movie of things that hadn't happened yet. What if check-in is a mess? What if security takes forever? What if I'm in the bathroom when they board? None of those things were happening. They were projections. But my stomach didn't know that. My chest didn't know that. My body was reacting to a future that existed only in my head. And the more I fed the projection, the worse my body responded, which gave me more to project about, which made my body worse. No joke, I'm pretty sure my wife was tempted to leave me at gate B12 and call it an accident. So why does the spiral get worse the more you try to stop it? Because the worry about the worry is still worry. Your body doesn't distinguish between I'm anxious about the flight and I'm anxious about being anxious about the flight. It hears the signal. Something is wrong, and it braces. Your stomach tightens, your breath gets shallow, your jaw closes, and now your body is doing the thing that confirms the signal, which tells your mind, see, something is wrong, which then tells your body to brace more. And that's the loop. Not a character flaw, not a weakness, a loop. And here's the part that changed everything for me. You can't think your way out of a body response. Trying to reason with an anxious stomach is like trying to argue with a car alarm. The alarm doesn't care about your logic. It only stops when something in the present moment tells it you're safe now. So, what actually does stop the loop? Something I call earth ground. And to be clear, it's not fancy, and that's why it works. It's a 5-step sensory grounding exercise. You use your senses, one at a time, to pull your attention out of the future and drop it back into the present. Right now, right where you are, here's what you do. Name 5 things you can see. Don't analyze them, don't judge them, just name them. The crack in the ceiling, the color of the wall, your own hands. Now, 4 things you can physically feel. The chair under you, the floor under your feet, the weight of your own body. And then, name 3 things you can hear. Not the thoughts, the actual sounds in the room. And then, name 2 things you could smell. And finally, 1 thing you can taste. That's it. You just pulled your attention out of the what-if movie, and you dropped it back into the only place you can actually live. Right here, right now. No breathing technique, no visualization, no props. Just your senses doing what they were always built to do. To tell you where you actually are. You won't do this once and feel cured. That's not how it works. But here's what does happen. The first time you do it, your stomach is tight. The second time, you notice the tightness a little sooner. The third time, you catch the spiral before it stacks. And after a while, your body starts to learn something new. That it doesn't have to live in the future to stay safe. That the present moment is not a threat. That there is, right now, a floor under your feet, and air in your lungs, and nothing actually wrong in that exact second. Your nights get quieter. Your stomach stops leading the day. And the actual trips you take, start to come back into focus. Not because the anxiety is gone, because you got something to do with it now. Something grounded, something real, something that works because it doesn't fight the body. It just brings it home. Here's the question I want you to sit with. When your spiral starts, which part of your body feels it first? Not what you think, not what you feel. Notice that. Just notice it. And if you want to go deeper with this kind of work, check the description. I keep my current offerings there. The things that actually help you work with your mind in a real, grounded way.